Hello and welcome. This is Christina Hills with the Website Creation Workshop, and welcome to this masterclass training on getting started with the Divi theme. And first I want to start with who am I? I am a WordPress coach and teacher. I have been teaching WordPress since 2008. And I primarily teach to coaches, consultants, speakers, authors, business owners, healers, artists, all kinds of folks, how to create their websites in the Website Creation Workshop. And if you have never been on a webinar with me before, my background is as a visual effects artist. I worked for George Lucas's company, Industrial Light and Magic, and some of the films that I worked on was Star Wars Episode 1, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Jurassic Park Lost World. I also worked on Mars Attacks. It was a great career. But when I had a child, I decided to stay home and be a work-at-home entrepreneur. Well, what we're doing today is we're talking about the Divi theme for WordPress. So what is the Divi theme? It is a premium WordPress theme. And christinasresources.com/Divi is the place to go to get that. But I want to point out it works with WordPress, not instead of WordPress. Somebody once asked me, does Divi replace WordPress? No, it works alongside with it. And the word premium means it's a paid theme. So there's not a free version of it. It is a paid theme. And I'll talk about that more. Divi comes with over 2,104 free designs called layouts. And here's some screenshots of different layouts, and I'm going to go into that more as well. Now, Divi is for everyone: freelancers, agencies, and website owners. I specialize in teaching website owners, non-techie folks, how to use WordPress. So although freelancers, those are web designers who are solo entrepreneurs, and then agencies, big companies charging big bucks and using Divi to design websites for people. I like to focus on the website owners, people who are beginners, who are not professional web designers, because it is so powerful to use this tool to be able to create an amazing website that looks like you spent $10,000 on. And right now, Divi is having a Cyber Monday sale. christinasresources.com/Divi Cyber Monday. And Joanna, you can put that in the chat at any time now, just so that people have that. Great, you have that in there. And I will show you this more at the end, right? So I'll show you how to sign up and get the Divi theme. Right now, what I want to do is talk about what is it, so that you have a good foundation and understanding of what it is and what you can do. So Divi is like going to the supermarket. There are a lot of options. There's a lot of things you can do with the Divi theme. Some things I haven't even scratched the surface. That's what I love about it. You're never going to outgrow it. And it's great because you can have any kind of design. Any kind of design you want, you can have. So here are some screenshots of some of my students and the Divi websites that they have created. So anyone can create elegant websites with Divi. And there's one more too. So I will show you some more examples. So you can have a consulting website with Divi. There are just a few examples. You can do group coaching with Divi. You can have a group coaching website, a community website. This is Women's Wisdom, and this is a site she built. You can have online courses So this is a screenshot of my website marketing workshop uh, website members area. You can have landing pages. There are all kinds of things you can do with the Divi theme. Divi is also mobile responsive. So you don't have to worry about is it mobile responsive or not. So your site is going to adjust on mobile. So here is the desktop version of this site, and on the right side is the mobile. So what it does is it just adjusts for you. And if you just joined us, we are just getting started, so you haven't missed anything. I'm seeing some people who just got on and we are just getting warmed up, so you don't have to worry about if you missed anything. All right, so how is a Divi page organized? So just like your body, Divi has a structure. And once you understand this structure, everything kind of falls into place. So Divi has rows and columns with elements inside. So for each row, and I'm going to keep showing more images because images always help explain things. For each row, you pick a column structure. So what do I mean by that? Like, is it one column? Is it two column? Is it three columns? Is it four columns? Is it maybe a 2/3, 1/3, or 1/3, 2/3, or 1/4, 3/4? See, you can kind of slice and dice and divide up your row however you want. So let me just show you. This is a screenshot from the website creation workshop. So there's here's a row, here's a row, here's a row. See, there's a change in how things look. And then here's another row. And this one is one column. See, just one column. It's got a moving video in there. This one has three columns. So three columns are in here. This one has one column again, right? But it's treated differently. And then this has four columns. And then this last row has one column. So you'll start to look at websites and you'll start to recognize, oh, I see. Down here she has four columns, but up here she has three columns and sort of more white space around it. So this is what I mean by the structure. So you want to think in terms of building blocks, right? When you're thinking about the website you want to build, you want to think in terms of building blocks. So here's one of my students, and this is her Divi site, and she has two columns. Here's another one of my students, and when I circle it, you'll see there are multiple columns. So there's basically two columns here, and then this was divided up where there's now two columns inside this second column, and now here's one column. So I'm hoping this is making sense, how you have rows and columns. So does this make sense? Just type in the chat, like, yes, it makes sense, and I'll keep going. But hopefully, yes, thank you, Teresa and Jan. Okay, folks are saying this makes sense. All right, so you've got rows and you've got columns. Now what you do is in the columns you put something, and that's called a Divi module. Sometimes it's referred to as an element. And I'll show some examples of these. I don't expect you to read all of these, but you might have an image, you might have an audio player, you might have an email opt-in, you might have a pricing table. So there's all these different things, and you don't even have to know and understand all of them. So let me show you some examples. So this is a screenshot of the graphics creation workshop, and I have three columns, and I've stuck images. So there's images and then text underneath, images and then text underneath. So image module in three columns. This is a screenshot of a different page that has a video module in here, and then down underneath it is a call to action. So you watch the video and then you click to get enrolled. That's called a call to action. Then there's a testimonial module. So what that does is it gives you this nice formatting where you can have an image, a text, a picture of a person, and Divi actually makes it a circle so you don't have to bother to go make circles. This is called a testimonial module. Then there's a pricing table. I don't know if you know this term, pricing table. It's when something is offered and there's different versions. So for example, for the website marketing workshop, you can pay monthly or you can pay annually. When you pay annually, you get 2 months for free. So that's a pricing table. And Divi does all this nice formatting for you. There's also countdown timers. This bonus will expire in and then it will count down. Then there could be circle counters. So when you land on a page, this will animate on, and it's kind of cool. I don't use it very often, but it's kind of cool. You don't have to program the animation. You just tell it what the percentage is, and then it swoops around and displays it for you. Then you can have a contact form. So this is a contact form. This is some text and then a map. So you can embed Google Maps in your site. Okay, so how do you do it? How do you do all of this? Not being a techie or not being necessarily artistic, what you do is you use Divi layouts. That's what they call them, Divi layouts. So as I mentioned, it comes with over 2,000 free designs called layouts. So what you do is you start with a design and then you make it your own. And I'm going to show you some examples of my students who've done this. All right, so this is Louise. I showed her before. She started with this layout. So as you can see, there's a picture. She put her picture in. There's this top area. She put her own words in. There were sort of 2 columns with text. She put her own in. And then she has text underneath. So she's skipping this diagonal swooping thing. This birth support coach, right, referred to as a doula, she used the same design. So she took this, and you can see how it's kind of similar. She changed the colors, and she kept this swooping thing, but then she stuck an image behind it instead. So 2 students using the same design created a different site, which is really exciting. And no one would guess that this came from this. Like you wouldn't guess that. Now here's another student of mine, Kitty, and she used a business coach layout. So you'll see, and I'll go and I'll show this live. Right now I'm showing slides. She took this business coach one and then she put her image in. The blue bar's the same, but she's got a bar at the top and she's got more text. He doesn't have as much text, and I think her button is down below. Now here's a cool one. This is a spiritual coach, and she used a florist layout. So this is a design that Divi provides for free when you purchase the Divi theme. So she took this flower shop design and made it her own because she liked the colors, the look, and the feel. Here's another one. This is the florist design, and then she made it her own. So you can see she kept the image at the top, added her picture, and then she deleted this middle stuff and added her own text, and then kept the gray at the bottom but deleted that picture. So This is just to give you an idea. So you don't have to be a florist, but you might like the florist layout. You know, you don't have to be a coffee shop, but you might like that design. So here's an example of one of the sites that we created in the Create Your Course workshop, createyourcourse.com. We actually made a lot of changes, so it's somewhat not recognizable. We started with the SEO agency landing page, even though we're not an SEO agency, and we kept some of the elements. I got rid of these triangles, but I kept this look, and then I put an image in the back, and instead of our services like this, I made it 4 columns, and instead of this, I stretched it wider. So you don't have to be the same business type as the layout. And when I go and do the demo, this will make more sense. So the Divi pre-made layouts you can view them online. You don't actually have to have an account. And christinasresources.com/Divi layouts. That's my shortcut to look at the layouts. Again, you can look at them before you even purchase. So, for example, what you want to do is view the demo of the layout. And I'm going to go there when I get out of PowerPoint. I'm going to show you. So here's an example of a layout that I picked for one of my websites. So I was redesigning my recipe website with Divi. So this is a screenshot of my old website, and then here's a screenshot of the new website. And look at how much more professional it looks. It's a million times better. So this is the old on the left, on the right is the new, and this was the layout. So this was the design that came with Divi, and I chose this and then I modified some things. So let me just show you what I changed. So the top area I put in my own picture. I kept the title and the text, but I changed the color of the button. Then in this area, I still had the 3 columns, but they only have 1 row, and I actually have 2 rows here. I kept these little background images. I liked that. This section I just got rid of, and this section I swapped the order. So you get to, like building blocks, you get to mix and match. So you can see I used the same image and I just changed the text a bit. So the great thing about Divi, when you get a Divi layout, is it comes with images and you can use them if you want. So I didn't want to use the veggie spring rolls, but I liked this of people cooking since this is my recipe website, and I liked these little background images as well. So here's one of my students who took the website creation workshop. This was his old site, Culture Work, and here is his new website that he built with Divi. And he said, none of this would have happened without Christina's excellent training. Her easy style and super clear instruction made it possible even for this old dog with very little tech know-how to follow everything and eventually get it done. Christina is an excellent teacher, and the website creation workshop for me was a most pleasant experience, excellent instruction, and enjoyable too. I have to mention also the terrific support I experienced from all of the lovely people in her back office. All right, so what I'm going to do now is demonstrate the Divi pre-made layouts. So I am going to go get out of PowerPoint, and I'm going to go to these examples. So hold on, let me get out of PowerPoint. 1 second. This was the page you opted in for, which is actually also a Divi page. So let me start with Teachers in Transition. And here is, so I showed this in my slide. So this is what's called a demo site. Hopefully you've heard the term demo site. So a demo site is where you get to see the demo of what it's going to look like. So here's the About Anthony, and let me go to her About Kitty. And you can see the similarities. So what's great about this is this has been designed by a designer, and you don't really have to think about it. So Kitty just took that design and she made some changes, but some things were the same. See this, why work with me? Why work with me? So it has these nice little elements and doodads, and she just swaps out for the picture of her. But the fonts are the same, and she didn't have to think about the fonts or the colors. And then here's some more qualifications. See, so basically what you do is you plug and play and put in your own information. So books and publications. Now if you don't have books or publications, you could just leave that out. So here's books and publications. So you could leave this just whole section out if you didn't have that. What can I do for your business? She changed it to what can I do for your career? Now this business coach layout has different versions, different designs. So this is a home page design. Let's go to her home page design. And you can see, let me close that, I got too many things open. See, it's very similar, but she put a moving video in here, and he doesn't have that, or this design doesn't have that. So it's really amazing what you can do with the Divi theme. All right, let me show you, I'll show you this. This is the florist landing page, and here's my student who used that same design. So florist, flower shop, and she decided to get rid of this section. So you get to, like with the building blocks, mix and match. And then I showed you before she had used this on, I think that was her About page. Yeah, and she stuck her picture in there. But it's pretty incredible to think about, wow, this person put this together without being a designer. And let me scroll down. You know, and it has this nice animation, and then it has, you know, there's a lot of stuff, and you don't have to use it all. But most of these designs come with, you know, a landing page, a home page. This one has a gallery of your work, but, you know, if that's appropriate, has an online store. This has an About page. So this is the About page that comes with a design, but she decided to use a different layout, so you can mix and match. Let me just show you this one. I'd already shown this before. So this is for a life coach, and Louisa used it, and then this gal Christina also used it, but put in her own colors. So see, this section here is just like this section, but it's slightly modified. So these are the kinds of things that you can do. Let's see if she has, so she kept it closer to, see, Louisa didn't deviate as much and basically kept the same thing but put in different text, whereas this gal changed the colors and made a gradation. So if you're wanting to know the difference between a landing page and a home page, there's really not much difference. It's whatever appeals to you. So home page, landing page, it's whatever appeals to you. So sometimes I use the home page design, sometimes I use the landing page design. Here is, let me move this over. This is my recipe website and I'm logged in, so I see a top toolbar. And this is the design. So this is what I started with, and then I changed it around and made it my own. But I kept this section that's down here and then just modified it. So I have a section on restaurants, and this says this is from our blog, but I decided to add a drop shadow, and Divi does that for you. And then get the latest recipes, join our newsletter. I have that at the bottom, but it's not set up yet. Okay, let me go back in. I will come back at the Q&A part and do more with showing you how to pick a layout, but I want to get back into my PowerPoint again. So from current slide. So these were the sites that I showed, and we'll do more. I'll show more at the end. All right, so now I want to talk about how to buy the Divi theme. And then after I talk about how to buy the Divi theme, we can go into questions. So how do you buy the Divi theme? So right now they are having a Cyber Monday sale, which gives you a huge discount. christinasresources.com/Divi-Cyber Monday or Divi Cyber Monday, all one word. And when you get there, and I will go there, there are 3 different options, and this is where people get a little bit confused, and that's why I'm putting this together. If you've never had the Divi theme before, you would pick this one, right? And they call it a membership. So that's just the terminology they use. So this one, you'll get a membership. And this one is if you already have a membership but you want to upgrade to lifetime. And basically the cost of if you pay for 3 years, then you've basically paid for a lifetime. And then this is a renewal, meaning you had it before but maybe it expired and now you're going to renew. So if you've never had Divi, you select this. If you have Divi but you want to upgrade to lifetime, you select the middle one. Or if you just want to continue on with your annual subscription, you pick this third one. So Divi comes as yearly access or lifetime. So right now it's $67 for the year, discounted from $89. So when you sign up and you purchase, you'll pay $67 a year every year. And that's what I did for a while, and then I upgraded. But some people just go straight to I want the lifetime, because if you have it for 3 years, it's totally worth it. And I'm going to go through now some of these FAQs, and then we'll get to Q&A, and I'll be able to go back through any of the slides that I showed before and also do demos. Okay, can you mix and match different layouts? Yes, you can. You want to just be careful when you do that because you want to have consistency on your website. But you can do that. If you start with a different theme, like maybe you had your website built already, can you switch to Divi later? And the answer is yes. I showed you with Christina's recipes. I had a completely different design and then I switched. What happens at the end of the year if you don't get lifetime? You'll be able to renew at the end of the year at your same price as $67. So it just locks you in. And how do I get the extra perks? You get the extra perks with a lifetime package. Now, since they're running a sale, there's a whole bunch of stuff you get even if you don't get lifetime. Do we have the rights to use the images that come with the layouts? Yes. I asked them, they said all our layout packs include 100% license-free images. So with the layouts, the layout designs, the images there you can use. Can you change the fonts? Yes, you can change them. Can you use Divi on a site a designer built with something else? And the answer is yes, you can change themes to the Divi theme. That's one of the great things about WordPress. Do I need the developer package, Divi Cloud, or Divi themes? The answer is no. If you are a solo entrepreneur, I've never gotten the Divi Cloud, and I've never used Divi themes, and I've never gotten the developer package, so you definitely don't need that. All right, so that is my presentation on getting started with the Divi theme. This is Christina Hills.